Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, we're going to be checking out the Vivo V23 5G that I actually unboxed about 2 weeks ago. So if you've been following the channel, you might have already seen that unboxing of the Vivo V23 5G. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience after using it for close to 2 weeks now. Is this something that you might want to consider buying? Or if you are already in the market looking for this particular device, perhaps this video might actually help you out in your purchase decision. Alright, before we begin the video, of course, just like all my previous videos, I always say if you like to see content like this, don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel. That will be super awesome. Let's begin. First up, I definitely have to talk about the pricing of the Vivo V23 5G. Now, I noticed that when Vivo launched this device, the price was RM2099, and some people are actually wondering like, why is the price a little bit higher than expected? Well, let me explain. First up, for the price of RM2099, there is only one spec here in Malaysia, and that is the spec that comes with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal memory. So it's just one spec, the highest spec. Now the second thing here is that actually Vivo is offering a free 1-year additional warranty together with a screen crack protection. So I think if you are a potential Vivo buyer, you might actually think that this stuff is quite useful. That's actually why the price is a little bit steeper compared to what you might have expected. Anyway, that's just the price. I'm not here to tell you that you must buy the device. You decide for yourself whether you want to buy the device. Next, let's talk a little bit about what actually came in the box. Now, I did a quick unboxing, so I'm just going to go through this very quickly. But essentially, apart from the devices itself, you do get the charger. You also get a standard Type-C cable. Next up, we also have a pair of earphones right here that is having this 3.5mm headphone jack. And last but not least, we do have the headphone jack to Type-C adapter, and that's because the phone doesn't come with a headphone jack. Alright, so done with that, let's talk a little bit about the design. Well, I'm very happy to show you that I have two devices here today. The first version is the Sunshine Gold, and I also have the Stardust Black. Essentially, they're just gold and black right here. And let me start off with the gold version because it is the more interesting one. So for this Sunshine Gold version, the good news here is that it can actually change colors whenever it is being exposed to UV. So what this means is that if you are outdoors, the phone is facing the sun and all that, it will shift to a sort of bluish, greenish kind of look. And some people might find that quite interesting. And once you get back into the room away from the UV, it will switch back to the gold color. Alright, so that's in terms of the color for the gold version. In terms of the black, it is pretty straight up, straightforward. Everything here is totally blacked out. Everything is in this very nice matte-ish materials. Very nice to touch, guys. Both devices actually have these back panels in glass, which feels absolutely nice to touch and hold. But you must definitely be careful of not dropping them on the floor in case you smash them. Apart from that, it also has a flat sides all around that I have mentioned many times here. Gives it a very premium, nice feeling to hold. And yep, it is also very slim and quite lightweight. So that's the thing that I want to share with you guys. Overall, just when holding these devices right here, I noticed that the key word that comes to my mind here is actually it has a very premium design, and the premium feel feels great to hold. You have to go to the stores if you have a chance to actually check out these devices in person to understand what I mean. Alright, so now done with the design, let's move on to the more interesting parts of the Vivo V23 5G and what's so interesting about it. First up, let's talk a bit about the cameras because that's the main thing that the Vivo is trying to push. So if you look at the front here, we're going to start with the front. Usually I don't really cover selfie cameras on my channel, but we have a very interesting set of selfie cameras. We do have a 50MP main sensor for the front as well as an 8MP ultra wide for those selfies that you want to have in more people. So apart from the dual sensor at the front, you also have two LED flashes at the front, which you are actually able to customize the colors. So you have a warmer setting and you also have a cooler setting, and last but not least, you have one in the middle that has the default setting. So in different kind of situations, whether you're in a dark room or whether you're just outside, you want to have a better selfie effect, this is where you can actually tweak the LED lights to give you the color that you want, a cooler or a warmer look. Alright, honestly speaking, I must say that I don't take a lot of selfies, but I believe these features might actually be very useful for someone who actually does. Now moving on to the back here, we also have a pretty interesting set of sensors. It is a triple camera setup led by a 64MP main sensor. We have an 8MP ultra wide and a 2MP macro lens. Now I'm just going to show you guys a couple of photos straight up so you can see what you can expect to get from the Vivo V23 5G. Now some people might prefer more saturated kind of pictures, some people prefer more natural, true to life kind of photos, so I'm just going to show you a very quick reel over here, a couple of photos that I've taken over time on the Vivo V23 5G, completely unedited, for you guys to just judge for yourself if this is the kind of photos that you like. Alright, so now done with the photos, let's talk a little bit more about the other specs of the device itself. So we're going to talk a bit about the processor. It does come with a Dimensity 920, 5G of course. I've actually tested 5G on this device, it runs very well. In terms of just day-to-day tasks and gaming, obviously this is a mid-range sort of processor right here. So you won't be getting like the super powerful kind of performance out of this device here. I completely understand that. So I'm getting pretty decent kind of a usage. If you are just launching apps like Chrome, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and all that, I think it will work perfectly fine. But if you're a hardcore gamer and you're going for the best kind of graphics, I think this phone is able to handle some games alright, but you can't really expect it to go all the way to the max with the Vivo V23 5G. So that's just in terms of the performance. Obviously, with the 12GB of RAM, it is able to handle more apps in the multitasking function. So that's also quite good. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is very good for people who use the phones on the daily, like just for normal kind of use and a little bit of gaming here and there. Now let's move on to the next point and talk about the display. We do have a pretty interesting display at the front. The good news here is that this is an OLED panel. It comes with a 90Hz refresh rate, so everything is a little bit smoother than 60Hz. I have been using this device on outdoors as well, so I noticed that the device actually goes to a very good amount of brightness. I'm not sure what the exact amount of nits is, but it's actually fairly bright outdoors, so everything is quite good with the display here. Colors looks great, saturations, contrast levels, deep blacks and all that. You can expect it from this panel on the front, so that's quite good here in terms of the display. Now moving on to the battery just very quickly, it does come with a 4200 mAh battery. Obviously because it's quite slim, it has a smaller battery compared to the other phones in the market. But the good news here is you have the 44 watt fast charge which you can activate using the charger that came in the box. It does like 0 to 68% in 30 minutes, so it's fairly quick. Definitely not the quickest out there, but definitely quick enough for you so that you don't have to wait all day just for your phone to charge up. Now at the end of the day, who is this device for, the Vivo V23 5G? Well, I think if you're the kind of person who likes to take a lot of selfies, you're very particular about your selfies, you want that LED flash at the front, being able to control the LED flash from cool to warm and all that. And if you just like the feeling of holding these kind of very premium devices here, this is the Vivo V23 5G is actually the perfect device for you. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for the Vivo V23 5G quick review. If you have any further questions that you would like to know, please let me know down in the comments below. Of course, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like the video, sub to the channel, and of course, I hope to see all of you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!